All right, so welcome to Art with Mrs. Walters, and we today have this fun, extra fun-filled draw your favorite food demonstration that we're gonna do today. So ice cream, I love it, friends. I love it. So I did an ice cream cone with like a chocolate kiss on top, delicious. And so you can tell me what you think, but I was thinking mint chocolate chip, raspberry with chocolate in it, and then blueberry up at the top. Yum. Okay, so I'm going to show step by step how I drew this. Feel free to use some of the tips and tricks from the video and then create your own favorite food drawing, or you can follow along with me. Totally up to you on which one you decide here. All right, we'll catch you in a bit. All right, so we're going to go ahead and draw our favorite food, ice cream. Now, of course, you can draw your own favorite food as well. For this project, I am actually going to be using pencil, markers, and our colored pencils too, okay? So I'll be using a whole bunch of different ones of the colored pencils and markers, okay? And we'll also use a Sharpie to outline. So you can use the same coloring tools I am. You can try out some of your other ones too. I would save your watercolors though for later on because we're going to get to do some cool watercolor paintings, and I don't want you to go through all your watercolors, then you can't do any paintings, right? Sadness. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to set this one off to the side. And the first things first, we're going to start with drawing the cone, all right? And so the ice cream cone. First off, we're going to curve with a smiley face. Notice where I'm drawing this curve. Not at the top, not at the bottom. Middle, so that way I can go down to a point. Now, if you're watching this, you're getting a little sneak peek of when we go through how to use our tools and materials, which some of you may be experts at, right? Sweet. Some of you, maybe you just need to remember. That's totally fine too. Okay. So, but you guys are getting a little sneak peek. So then we're going to come down to a triangle. Oh no, okay, not a big deal, friends. Right? If I see something I don't like, I erase it, connect it. Sweet. Now, the other thing that these cones have, it's kind of like a waffle pattern. Yeah, now I'm hungry for waffles and ice cream. Okay, but first we're going to add some chocolate syrup because it was dipped in chocolate. Oh dear, now I'm hungry for chocolate too. I've got to stop this. Okay, here we go. So now I'm going to add one line curve and another one, a thicker line. One, then I added another one, and that makes it a thick line. And I'm just curving along. Curving along here, okay? Gonna come up here and curve again. Lots of curves. You can curve however many times you want. It's up to you. Okay, now I'm gonna curve the other way. And that's gonna create, and I notice how I jump, and then I'm going to jump over my waffle pattern that way. Same thing here. Jump, jump, jump. And remember, if you need to pause the video at any time, do so. I've been doing this a long time, so it's easier for me to go fast. But remember, art is like any other skill, kind of like dribbling a basketball, right? If you've done it a long time, like some of the awesome basketball stars, I mean, they can go super fast. They make those awesome slam dunks, and you're like, what? Right? Because they've done it so many times. And so just like us, we're learning, we're taking our time, we're going slow, we're doing our best. Super important in art to remember that art is a skill. Okay, so now we get to make the melty, drippy deliciousness ice cream. So I'm using these kind of squiggly, wiggly lines. Kind of bumpy, waviness. Okay. Oh, that one might got a little away from me there. Okay, so I'm going to erase it. You can also use if you have a bigger eraser, you can use that too to erase. Then we're going to come down, and I just want to make it look like it's dripping. So I'm going to get rid of that cone line because my ice cream's not see-through. I can't see what's behind it. We're just going to do a few little more squiggles. Get rid of that line. Perfect. Then, and I'm not too worried if I can still see the line through the paper. Not a big deal, friends. We're going to color in, so not a big deal. Okay. squiggly, bumpy curve. Curve and stop when I hit that line. Let's make another one. Triple decker. You can, and of course you can just do 2, you could just do 1, do 3 with me, that's cool too. Now, I could do a chocolate kiss or I could do a cherry. I'll show a cherry too, just in case you want to, and then I'll show the chocolate kiss. Curve, curve, curve back down, cherry. Oh, let's show one more time the curve. Okay, here we go. Curve, curve back down, cherry. Okay, now I'll do the chocolate kiss again because delicious. And so here we go. I'm going to make a little curve line, come up kind of like triangle, but make it curve. Then we're going to add in the little streamer. Even though if a chocolate kiss was probably on the ice cream, probably wouldn't still have its streamer or wrapper on, but you know, I just want to show off that it is a chocolate kiss, so I left it on there. Okay, now you get to decide what toppings you so desire. I'm sticking with the sprinkles, but you could put anything. You could put little tiny chocolate chips, right? They're just like little triangles coming together here, and sprinkles, because why not? Why not have both? It's totally up to you. You could decide if you wanted more chocolatey drizzle happening, whatever, friends, okay? And so now we're going to see the next step, which is outlining in Sharpie. So outlining, when I use the Sharpie, generally we will outline just to make our art kind of stand out. So I'm going along my pencil lines. Doesn't have to be exact, but I'm kind of following along my pencil lines like a car follows a road, or should, and come up, back down, okay, come around, add in that, come up on this side, let's make that a little more drippy, just those curved lines, curving the lines makes it look a little more drip-like. Just gonna kind of outline the sprinkle lines. It's okay if I don't have everything exactly perfect. I'm not worried about perfection. I'm just taking my time and doing my best. That is what art is all about, my friends. It's all about taking our time and doing our best. Okay, let's jump down here. All right, so now we're adding in those lines for the waffle cone. Alrighty, jumping over the other ones. Doesn't need to be perfect, doesn't need to be exact. Coming along here, curving our lines, following along, taking our time, doing our very best. All right, it's looking good, looking good. Okay. So now the next thing we're going to do is we can erase any of our pencil lines that we no longer want. And actually I forgot one here. I do want to add a little bit of the cone in there. And so I'm just going to take my big eraser or my pencil eraser. Okay, and erase like this. And let's say you can't find your colors at home right now, or you need to have your family contact me to get you something to color in with, right? Or call Principal Klein to get you to something to color in with. That's totally fine. You could totally leave your food like this and still post it to Seesaw, right? If you do have materials to color in, I'm going to show how to do the coloring in, okay? So I'll show a few tips and tricks, and then we're going to fast forward it, and while you guys keep working. All right, here we go. So the first things first is the cone. Now, do you guys see how it gets lighter, some darker part, and that is called shading. So I'm going to add shading with a little bit of Sharpie first. It's like my Sharpie's dancing on the page lightly. Got its own dance here, okay. And then I'm just going to add a shadow over here because the lights and shading comes from light. So the light's coming from here, oh, the sun. And then it can't get to over here, so it's like it's playing hide and seek with the sun. Okay, so that's how you have the shadow. Now I'm gonna use my super fun markers here. Okay, you might have different markers than me. You might have the same ones as me, which is awesome, and awesome if you have different ones. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna lightly start on the shadow side where it was playing hide and seek from the light. And then I'll do a little bit over here lightly again, just kind of like how the Sharpie was dancing on the page. So is this. Now when we color in the ice cream, it's gonna be a little different. Okay, there we are. Now I'm gonna jump over here, add in a little bit of yellow, just for fun, just to get the color of cone I want, okay? Remember, you can pause the video at any time. Now now I need kind of the brown here, okay? We're gonna come in, gonna push kind of hard in a few areas on the shadow side just to get it darker. And I'm just gonna add lightly, add a little brown here in the center where my light's kind of hitting. And that's how I can add the shadow, okay? So now we're gonna get to color in the ice cream itself and the chocolate. I'm gonna go ahead and choose green again for the ice cream. And when you're coloring in the ice cream, right, I don't wanna keep coloring in one spot over and over again because it might tear the paper. So what I'm doing is I'm coloring in the shape of the ice cream. I'm not necessarily coloring up and down, up and down. Sometimes that's a really good thing to do. Right now, I'm coloring in the shape of the ice cream. So I'm gonna go ahead, do my coloring, and we'll check back in at the end. Awesome. Okay, I cannot wait to see your guys' favorite foods. I bet they're gonna be delicious. All right, we'll catch you in a sec. All right, and so I'm pretty much done with my awesome ice cream. One thing I wanted to show you guys too is how I was doing that shading over here. So I just added a little bit of black here, a little bit of green where it's playing hide and seek. And I could leave it like that, but I just wanted to do it a little bit darker, so I added a little bit of marker there too, and it got darker when I added it back on again, which is kind of sweet. All right, awesome. And so post your pictures you did to Seesaw with the rest of the assignment. All right, we'll catch you guys later. Cannot wait to see your art and get to see more of you. All right, bye.